Today I am going to introduce you the vocabulary part, that is collocations. What is collocation? Collocation is a pair of group of words that are often used together that call as a word partner. These combinations sound natural to native speakers, but students of English have to make a special effort to learn them because they are often difficult to guess. It is important to study English collocations because it will help you understand how to use vocabulary words in a sentence correctly. Many people learning English studied numerous hours to learn thousands of vocabulary words. They understand the meaning of the word by learning it from a dictionary. But in the end, they still have a problem using the word in a sentence. How do I use that word? Am I using this word correctly? What are example sentences with that word? These are all common questions when we study vocabulary. The best way to learn vocabulary is to learn that words are commonly used with the word in an example sentence. EnglishCollocation.com developed collocation lessons using the 2000 most frequently used words to help English learners to improve their basic vocabulary and to help them learn how to use words in the correct way. The vocabulary lessons will help you understand how to use the word in a sentence. It will also teach which words are commonly used with the word. By studying English collocations, you will be able to learn the word properly and learn how to use it in a sentence correctly. Now, students, you have a question. Why should we learn collocations? Okay, we should learn collocations to improve the language, will be more natural and more easily understood. Smoldering is strictly forbidden is more natural than smoking is shortly forbidden. It is easier for our brains to remember and use language in chunks or blocks rather than as single words. You will have alternative and richer ways of expressing yourself. Instead of saying it was very cold and very dark, we can say it was bitterly cold and pitch dark. Improve your style in writing. We may not need or want to use these in informal conversations, but in writing, they can give our text more variety and make it read better. That's why we should learn collocations. Now, here is an example of how to build collocations in comparison when building expressions. Here are some of the examples of collocation. Change your mind, and the expression is never mind. Then the second one example of collocation, make up your mind. Then the expression we can use, I don't mind. Speak your mind, I don't mind. Then again I am going to explain what is a collocation. Collocation refers to two or more words that often go together. Here is an example of how to use it so that it sounds natural, since that's the way to use it. Here are two examples. We use natural English and unnatural English. For example, in natural English we can say the fast train, but we can't say the quick train. Then we say fast food, not quick food. If we use the word quick food, it is unnatural English. And in natural way, we say or we use fast food, not quick food. The next example I'm going to explain, that is natural English. The example is that a quick shower, but we can't say a fast shower. Then in natural way we say or we use a collocation, a quick meal, but we can't say a fast meal. That's why to use the proper way of the to use the words properly, it is necessary to study the collocations. Now I would like to explain the use of make and do. First I am going to tell you or explain the use of the word make. When do you use make? Make is for producing, constructing, creating or building something new. Secondly, we use make, which is also used to indicate the origin of a product of the or the materials that are used to make something. Some of the examples are here. His wedding ring is made of gold. Second one example, the house was made of adobe. Now I am going to explain the use of do. Do is used when we refer to activities in general without being specific. In these cases, we normally use words like thing, something, nothing, anything, everything, etc. For example, is there anything can I do to help you? Secondly, we sometimes use do to replace a verb when the meaning is clear or obvious. This is more common in formal spoken English. For example, do I need to do my hair? Here in this sentence, in this question, do means brush or comb your hair. Now here is one of the chart made by me, that is use of the do versus make. Here is the difference between do and make. First I am going to read the use of do. We use do for the work, job and task. Here is the one of the example: do the housework, do your homework, do a good job, do your chores. Then here I would like to tell you some of the examples of the make. We use the make to mention product, material or origin. Made of gold, made from grapes, made in China, made by me, etc. Secondly, we use do for non-specific activities. For example, do something, do nothing, do anything, do everything. And we use make to mention produce a reaction. For example, make your eyes water, make you happy, make you sleepy, make you smile. Then thirdly, I would like to tell you, when we use do, we use do replace verb when obvious. For example, do your hair, do the dishes, do the exam, do the laundry. Then thirdly, I would like to mention when we use the make. We use the make making plans and decisions. For example, make arrangements, make a decision, make a choice, make a plan. And fourthly, we use the word make to mention food, drink and meals. For example, make a cake, make breakfast, make dinner, make a cup of tea, make a noise, make a comment, make a speech, make a suggestion, etc. Now here are the some of the list of the collocation. For example, first one, the use of have as a collocation. The example is have a bath, have a good time, have a holiday, have a relationship, have lunch, have a drink, have a haircut, have a problem, have a rest, have sympathy. Now the second one, list of the collocation use of the with the use of the do. For example, do business, do someone a favor, do the housework, do the washing up, do your hair, do nothing, do the cooking, do the shopping, do your best, do your homework. Now I would like to use the word third one, list of the collocation, that is the use of the make. Make a difference, make a mistake, make an effort, make money, make room, make a mess, make a noise, make furniture, make progress, make trouble. Now I am going to read the list number 4, use of the take. Take a break, take a look, take a seat, take an exam, take someone's place, take a chance, take a rest, take a taxi, take notes, take someone's temperature. Now I am going to read the list number 5 with the collocation catch. Catch a ball, catch a chill, catch a thief, catch sight of, catch a bus, catch a cold, catch fire, catch someone's attention, catch someone's eye. Now in the sixth one, list number 6, the use of pay. Pay a fine, pay attention, pay cash, pay by credit card, pay interest, pay someone a compliment, pay someone a visit, pay the bill, pay the price, pay your respects. Now in the list number 7, the use of save. Save electricity, save energy, save money, save one's strength, save someone a seat, save someone's life, save something to do a disk, save space, save time, save money, save yourself the trouble. And the last one, list of the collocation, the use of keep. Keep a diary, keep a promise, keep a secret, keep an appointment, keep calm, keep control, keep quiet, keep in touch, keep someone's place, keep the change. Now I would like to explain the types of collocations. There are several different types of collocations made from combinations of verb, noun, adjective, etc. Some of the most common types are adverb plus adjective, which is completely satisfied, not a downright satisfied. The second one type, adjective plus noun, excreting pain, not excreting joy. Third one, noun plus noun, a surge of anger, not a rush of anger. The fourth one type, noun plus verb, lions roar, not lions shout. The fifth one type, verb plus noun, commit suicide, not undertake suicide. The sixth one type, verb plus expression with preposition, burst into tears, not blow up in tears. And last one, verb plus adverb, wave frantically, not wave feverishly. Now here is one of the chart which is also mentioned to use the expressions into the correct category in the table below. Here are the 3 columns. One is collocation, second one is idiom, and third one is compound. Ensure safely is a collocation, break a leg is a idiom, and compound word teapot. Second one example of collocation, heavy rain. The second one example of idiom, to hit the nail on the head. And the example of the compound word is passport. In conclusion, I would like to say that in this way, the vocabulary lessons, particularly the collocations, will help you understand how to use the word in a sentence. It will also teach which words are commonly used with the word. By studying English collocations, you will be able to learn the word properly and learn how to use it in a sentence correctly. Thank you very much.